Hello lovers, welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, my name is Ujunwa. I am here to show you guys step on how to cook stew, but I'll mention the names for you guys. Okay, stay tuned as we do so. Here are all my ingredients. So here is the onions I have chopped already. It's white onions and purple onions or red onions, anyone. So here is my crayfish. Here is my tin tomatoes. Here is my tin tomatoes. Here is my fresh tomatoes, although we have it in tin over here. So here is my groundnut oil. Here is my thyme that I'll use to parboil my meat. Here is my curry, nutmeg, pepper, salt, Maggi cube. Here I have grounded ginger and garlic. Okay, please, if you don't used to add garlic and ginger in your stew, please, you better start doing so, because it's so good for our health. It's so the benefit is much in our health, okay, because it's medicinal. So you have to start adding it to your soup. Not only soup or stew, there are many things you can still cook with ginger and garlic, okay, but next time we'll go into that details. Here is the meat we are going to use. I have washed it already. It's already washed, as you can see. It's talking. Here is the chicken I'm going to use for this. It's roasted chicken. I have washed it already. Okay, so here are all the ingredients, as you guys can see. So all we have to do now is to go into the cooking procedure. Okay, but first of all, what we have to go into now is to parboil our meat. Okay, this one I will not parboil it because it's already roasted. Okay, it's roasted one, so this is the only one we are going to parboil now. Okay, so let's go into the cooking process. Okay, enjoy your stay in my kitchen. Okay, let's go there. So my wonderful people, in here, as you can see, our meat is already inside the pot. Okay, we have put our meat inside. So now what next are we going to do? Let's add the things we need for this. Okay, so we have to pick our onions. Okay, I'm not going to put all of this. Okay, I'm going to put just a little. Okay, so here we have add our onions. Now the next thing we are going to introduce now is our Maggi cube. Okay, here I'm going to use this star. You will be wondering the color. This one is star cube, why this one is not cube. So I added the Maggi already. So the next thing I'm going to add on this is pepper. Okay, I have to add small pepper on this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to add now is my ginger and garlic. Okay, I'm going to add a little of it, as you guys can see. I love adding this in my meat because of the flavor. Okay, so here we go. What is next thing we are going to add now? We are going to, so let's add our thyme. Okay, let's add our thyme. I'm going to leave it this way in order to add it. So here we go. As you can see, we have our thyme here. Then I'm going to add curry. Okay, I will not be making use of all of them. I have to add a little of it. Okay, then as for my nutmeg, just a little bit because it's meat. I don't want it much there. Okay, so now the next thing we are going to add on this is salt. So let's pick up our salt. In here we have the salt done. I'm not going to add crayfish on this. No. Okay, the crayfish, I'll use it in cooking the stew. Okay, so now here we have our meat and all the ingredients we'll be using for this. Okay, the next thing we are going to do now is just to add. So now what we have to do is to add a little amount of water. Okay, we don't need much water on this. It's meat, so we don't need, because there water will still come out from the meat already. So we need to add just a little amount of water. So what are we going to do next? So the next thing we are going to do now is to cover it. Okay, so it's turkey. Okay, it don't used to take much time like that, so you have to leave this on your heat. Okay, like 10 to 15 minutes is good to go. Okay, so let's cook this meat. Join me. Okay, yes. So now enjoy your stay. Okay. So these are the other things we have to do. So the next thing we have to do now is we have to move into tomatoes and tin tomatoes. So fresh tomatoes and tin tomatoes. Okay, you see, I don't like fried things. I don't like to fry my stew or my meat or whatsoever. I don't like fried things. Okay, that is why I'm cooking my stew this way. Okay, that is why I always dry my tomatoes first before adding my oil. So once I add my oil, I will start putting all the ingredients I'm using. Okay, so stay tuned as we do so. So let's get our pot ready. Let's go into the procedure. Okay, so I have already put the tomatoes, both the tin and the fresh, together here. Okay, sorry, I have to do that off camera. So, but for the tomatoes, please, you have to melt it with water first. Okay, you have to melt it with water before putting it in your pot. So I have done that off camera. So in here I have my fresh tomatoes, I have my tin tomatoes. Okay, so all we have to do now is to cook it without groundnut oil. As you can see, I don't put any groundnut oil because I don't like fried things. Okay, I don't like to fry my stew or anything. So for those of you, like I said earlier, for those of you that have cholesterol or stomach ulcer or whatsoever, I don't need to eat fried things. Okay, it will make it worse. So you have to curtail the kind of you have to curtail your frying food. Okay, so here is the tomatoes. Okay, we have to wait for it to, so we have to cover it and wait so for it to get dry. Okay, once we dry it, we now add our groundnut oil and onions. Okay, I'll show you guys how to go about it, and I'll show you guys how it looks like before I will put my onions and groundnut oil. So let's go there. Stay tuned. Okay, as we wait for this and this. Okay, see, as you can see, this one is already boiling already. So see you guys. Stay tuned. Enjoy yourself in my kitchen. Okay, please, 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 for those of you that are here watching me, okay, please, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Okay, do so and hit your notification bell so you will not be left out for my next video. And for those of you that have subscribed already, please, I thank you. May Almighty God bless you guys and continue to watch. Okay, share this video, comment and like. Okay, if you find it interesting, give it a thumbs up. Okay, so I love you guys. Let's continue with our cooking and see how the end will look like. Okay, so now let's check our meat. Okay, this is after 15 minutes. So okay, as you guys can see, okay, after 15 minutes, this is the look. This is what we got here after 15 minutes. As you can see, all the small water I put down, the one that came out from the meat, is already dry. Just as you can see, there is no water there anymore. So for those of you that like to fry your meat, if you fry this kind of meat, you understand that the taste will be different because all the ingredients I added to this meat have soaked into the meat, because as you can see, there is no water there anymore. Okay, there is no water. As you can see, there is no water, it's just a little. So all the ingredients have soaked in. So if you fry this kind of meat, oh my God, it's going to be so wow. But I don't want to fry it. Okay, so After 15 minutes, this is it. Our meat is ready, so you have to turn off your heat now. Okay, for the tomatoes, we are still waiting. Okay, this is it. It's already drying, but it remains small. So let's wait for this. Okay, so we'll have to wait for like extra 15 minutes. Then I will show you guys the look. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so we'll become one family. Okay, because you still need to see more of my video, more of my kitchen. Okay, the things I do in there. Okay. Let's wait and see the outcome of our tomatoes after 15 minutes. Okay, so now after 15 minutes, let's check our tomatoes. Okay, to see how it goes. Wow. Okay, as you can see, it's already dry. Okay, all we have to do now is to introduce our onions. Okay, we have to introduce our onions now. That is time. Okay, so in here we have our onions already. So but we will not put groundnut oil yet. Okay, because we want it to dry small, as you can see. So let it dry more. Okay, like 10 minutes is okay for this. Okay, remember why we are cooking it this way is because we don't want to fry it. Okay, we don't need anything fried on this, so we have to wait for 10 minutes. Now we have put our onions, we have to wait for 10 minutes. Okay, then we'll now add groundnut oil and start cooking our stew. Wow. Okay, this is what we'll have here after 10 minutes. So it's time for us to introduce all our ingredients. Okay, we don't need to wait anymore. It's okay, as you can see. So all we have to do now is to introduce all our ingredients. Okay, so let's go there. First of all, I have to introduce my mangi. Okay, you can use your hand to peel it if you want, but I don't love doing that because I know it will dissolve like that. So here is my nutmeg and curry. I have to introduce it. Okay, here is my pepper. I have to introduce. Please, when putting pepper, be careful. Okay, be careful when putting pepper. Sorry, it's okay. Be careful when putting pepper. Trouble be like waiting again. The pepper is done. The pepper is angry. Oh, you guys should not mind me, Jerry. Some days are like that. So based on what I'm saying, when putting pepper, please, you have to be careful because it's not everybody that like pepper. Okay, it depends on who is eating the food. Okay, so be careful when putting pepper. So let's continue. Don't mind my pepper. So now we have to introduce my garlic and ginger. Okay, we have to introduce that. Then here comes our crayfish. Okay, we put our crayfish. Here comes our salt. Please, when putting salt, you have to be careful as well. Remember, we have put salt in our meat, so we don't need it to be too salty. So you have to be careful. Okay, then after adding everything, you will need to turn it, and you can still test it to know if you will still add your salt, okay, or not. Please don't just put salt because you want to put salt, because the only thing that will destroy your stew is salt. Once your stew is too salty, you'll find out that all the ingredients, and in fact it will be tasteless. Okay, so you have to be careful when adding salt. So the next thing you have to introduce now is our meat. Okay, now let's add our meat. Okay, here is our meat. Okay, we have our meat. So once you add your meat, the next thing is just to turn it. You know, I have just added my turkey. Okay, I'll still add chicken now, but let me just turn this. Okay, so now let me introduce my chicken. Okay, it's time for me to introduce my chicken. So here comes it. Here comes it. Okay, so this is it. Remember, I did not parboil it because it's already roasted, so it depends on the one you are using. So now we are done turning it. So the next thing we have to do now is to check whether we will still need to add salt. Okay, so I have to do this off camera. Okay, so but if you are cooking, you can test yours, but now let me do it off camera. You guys want to see me test it? Okay, let's go into it. Okay, I will test it and get back to you guys whether I still need to add salt or not. So now I have tested this stew and I noticed that I still need to add a little bit of salt. Okay, so now I have to do that. So please make sure you test yours before putting. Okay, so it will not be too salty. Don't add extra salt if you have not tested it. Okay, make sure you have tested it before adding extra salt. Okay, so that is it. This is our stew now. Then the next thing we have to do now is to add water. For me, I don't need too much water on this. I don't like it to be too watery. Okay, just small water is all I need. So I have to apply my water now. So based on the quantity of water you will put is optional. Okay, it's optional. So if you want it thick, you can add small water like I did. If you don't want it thick, it depends on the population or of people that is eating this stew. Okay, it depends on the number of people you are cooking for. So for me, we are not much here, so I think this one is okay for me. It's not thick, it's not watery, just normal. It's just light, as you can see. It's just light. Okay, so but for you, you can still add more water if you want. So this is how it goes. All I have to do now is just cover it for 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes is okay for me. Okay, I just have to cover it just 3 minutes. I'll come back and bring it down. I'll show you guys the final look of my stew. Okay, just after 3 minutes. So the 3 minutes is already here. So this is my stew. Is already done. It's good to go now. Okay, it's good to go. It's now good to go. It's now good to go. Okay, I wish you guys are here to eat this stew with me. Okay, because I have not started eating this stew, but honestly speaking, the vapor alone is, in fact, is something I really can't say. I wish you guys are here to enjoy this delicious stew with me, but all is well. Okay, all is well. Okay. So I'm happy to have you guys in my kitchen today. So if you have watched up to this stage, please leave your comments below and give it a thumbs up. Okay, so let me know what you guys think. Okay, so and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay, for more video like this. Okay, and if today is your first time of coming across this channel, you are highly welcome. Just feel at home. Okay, feel at home, and after watching you find all my videos interested, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and at the same time make use of your subscription button so you will not be left out each time I upload a video. Okay,
Penthouse. Yeah.